shit. Guys, I thought the video was done. The video is just starting. Look at that. It's a British Racing Green Jag. Hi, and welcome back to Addicted Motors YouTube channel. It is another week or weekend on Mother's Day, and it's another day at the junkyard. Let's start off with the cars for sale and kind of see what's new, because it looks like the landscape has changed. So let's start off with cars for sale. So these are probably, I'm not going to say trade-ins, but these came to the yard running and driving and probably need some things for inspection. They are a dealership. $3,500 for this Ultima. I guess they'll list what it failed inspection for and what you need to do, and then they'll put it up for sale. Like this little Mini Cooper. It looks like this was at an auction at some point. 213,000 miles, manual transmission. Don't see a price on it. Probably pretty cheap. Oh look, that one's going away. Yeah, nothing too crazy over here, but you know, $1,500 for the Malibu in today's, world, not terrible. Inoperable. So this one's probably going to the yard. Or stacked. So we'll start with this one today. It's Gen 2 Pathfinder. Again, just like the Xterra, something that the time kind of left behind. If you're a Nissan guy, you like these things. If not, it's just another truck. The Infinity version, can't remember what the exact, it wasn't a QX, but it was maybe a Q something. They were pretty cool at one time. Someone probably wants those light guards, but this is a nice green color. Some stupid wheels on it, but all right. Now we're in business. We've got a Caravan. Don't think I saw this one last time. Oh no. I need that blinker and this one's smashed. This whole truck's pretty rough. Also pretty gross in there. It's got the keys in it. Don't think there's much to be salvaged from this one, unfortunately. Kind of a shame, because you'd think these would pop up all over the place, but they don't. There's not really another one here. The newer gens have now taken their spot as these have become extinct. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything new or interesting on the Mopar side of the house, unfortunately. It's just odd that I find myself over in this section, because I've really never had a whole lot that was relevant over here besides a YJ Jeep at some point, but long since sold that. So let's move on. There we go. A little hard body early gen Frontier. Usually these are very rusty. This one looks like it's been completely picked over. Still a little bit of body rust, but not terrible. Yeah, it looks like someone has completely emptied the interior. A little 4-cylinder truck. Probably, yep, took the transmission. That's most likely what they're in there for. So the Range Rover Sport is still here, kind of down to bare bones this time. Anything value has been already stripped from it. The only thing I could think of interesting that I could use is maybe the backup camera, but I don't think these had backup cameras. I think if they did, it was later on, but there's not much left to salvage off this one. Yeah, maybe the steering wheel, but that'd be kind of too much a pain in the ass right now to swap after to put on the LS8. And this poor little SL, I think I walked by it last time. It's definitely a 450. Didn't have all this crap piled into it. It's a problem with the convertible at a junkyard. People just tend to fill it with junk as they, clear out a car next to it or whatnot. But one of these things, at no point was this ever worth saving. It looks like it was in a fender bender at some point, but probably sat outside for a long time because there was not much. Oh yeah, just not much to salvage off of a lot of these. You know, a lot of people think that they want to save the world as far as rescue some of these old turds, but really when it comes down to it financially, it's absolutely not worth it. Yeah, we got another one of these hard body pickups. Again, as they merge the two yards, you're going to see more and more trucks showing up here. Another one. Again, usually you don't see these at a yard often. LS400 looks like it's been stripped pretty well. I had one of these black. What if it was this car? Probably not. Had 200-some thousand miles on it. Sold it locally. Pretty decent. Again, it's a car you want to taste, you don't want to own. You just want to try it, touch it out. It's pretty boring for the long term, but if that's what you're looking for, it's perfect. But it just didn't scratch that itch enough for me. Another one of these little hard body Frontiers. It's got a cool color. Manual transmission still in it. 4-wheel drive. Not as rusty as I was expecting. Oh. Like the engine stand on that. It's a good looking truck. Another fairly complete Volvo. 2.5 turbo wagon. Mostly complete. And our looks like someone has harvested the motor out of that L322, which it doesn't make any sense to me, seeing how this truck had like 200-some thousand miles on it. And even though it ran in drive, I'm sure that there's probably no timing chains or guides left in that BMW motor. But, you know, something for everybody. So this one might take you back. It's a 95 or 94 Mitsubishi Mirage. I feel like this was one of the training cars for the Gran Turismo 1 or 2 for the license test. This one is an automatic. But I distinctly remember staring at those, or something very similar to those taillights, trying to get the A, B, and C licenses in that game 20 years ago now. Man, it's been a while. So here's a first. This is like a 2010-ish GLK Mercedes. You know, again, one of those cars that you think must probably new enough that it wouldn't end up here, but it's here. And the interior is fairly complete. Looks like they blew the airbags out and everything, but interesting. Just not something you'd see in here normally, but there she is. Some serious damage, it feels like. Oh, transmission. So something I may have missed on last time was the junkyard Lincoln Town Car Limo. And I don't really think I paused to take a look at this specimen, but let's check it out. It is just full of other stuff, because what's a better container for crappy other car parts than a full-size limo? You can just chuck this thing full of junk, and that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like they did. I'm really surprised it's not full of bullet holes or something. There's plenty of other ways to potentially get rid of this. But I can't say I've ever seen a limo in a junkyard. Got that super fast 4.6 in there. It's a lot of car to move around. All the rear controls. Well, I don't know if this seat, I guess you don't have a whole lot of adjustment for your passenger and driver's seat. You can't be too tall sitting up front in one of these. Some chintzy looking cup holders, a couple seats in there. This thing was rough. Look at that bodywork. Just stuff that's supposed to be here. I'm sure it's worth more in metal than it is parts, a couple of taillights and whatnot, but probably not worth the hassle of getting it back here, honestly. So what do you guys think? Would you would have sold this to a junkyard, just brought it right to the scrap yard? I mean, it probably had cats, some tires, a couple lights on it, but in the condition it's in now, it looks like it's probably been sitting way longer than when it got here. It's probably been here for a couple months. I just haven't gone to check it out. Just regardless, there's not much to salvage. Got a couple long body E350s and E250s. Sure, someone probably enjoyed that solid rear axle on there. Probably has 1,000,000 miles on it. This one's fun. This one's got some sayings on it. A little bit of Jesus action going on. 170,000 miles. It's just still young. There's another one. Still's got the keys in it. 5.4 Tritons, probably shooting spark plugs all over the place. Oh, and this one, actually, I'll film this for my buddy Ian, who's looking to probably pull the rear end off this semi-modern F-150 long bed. He's got an EcoBoost, what is it, a Tremor? The four-wheel drive, short bed, 3.5, little Ford pickup they made probably 5 or so years ago, like 2017 or something, but he's fully converted to Raptor suspension, so makes it a little more interesting. But he bent his rear axle shaft and was probably interested in some of the stuff here. But there you go, Ian. There's that rear end right there. Don't know if it had a locker or not. Yeah, I don't know. Can't see the button. Square body Chevy 1500. It's been laid to rest here as well. Not something you see too often in yards like this, since it's not completely rusted out. It's got some dents and whatnot, but probably has been sitting for longer than anybody would like to know. But you'd be amazed how many cars here have had their engines yanked out, you know, regardless of the condition. People want this stuff, and yards like this will pull a motor for you. Whoa, that didn't end well for somebody. Holy crap, man, that is some catastrophic damage. But yeah, you know, yards like this, they'll pull the motor for you, put it on a crate, and have it sitting for, depending on what the car is, I don't know, $300, $400, $500, you know. And a lot of these they'll test prior to sitting them out here, so it's actually not a terrible deal. So this caught my attention across the yard, right? Because this one, it's Lincoln LS, it's early 2000s, 99, whatever it was. I always liked them because they were rear wheel drive, and this one's special because, yeah, 3.9 V8. Kind of rare for these. I think you can actually get a manual transmission in the V6. This 3.9 was also used in the Thunderbird, and it's probably pretty close to the Jag V8. Honestly, the 4-liter, I'm sure it's very, very similar. Check me in the comments on that one. But yeah, V8 car, got this classy Landau top for sure. I'm not gonna have one of these without it, but yeah, I would say this might be one of the more interesting finds here, honestly. Got that terrible early 2000 Ford unit, but you know, can't win them all. Kind of like the 4.6 Explorers. No, that's not one of them, but I find those interesting as well. Holy shit. Guys, I thought the video was done. The video is just starting. Look at that. It's a British Racing Green Jag. Ooh, buddy. I must be slacking. I must be slacking because I didn't see this was here. All right. It's an XJ8 with terrible wire rims on it. Man. $85,000 miles. I wonder if that motor's gonna get pulled. There's a gentleman that emailed me about trying to find some parts, but this might not be the one that you're looking for. It looks like someone's already gone through and pulled a majority of the semi-sought-after pieces. It's also not a Vandenpla. Check out the passenger side. Ooh, it's not too bad, honestly, condition-wise. But it always blows my mind the weird stuff people are looking for. I mean, myself included, but they always take the oddest things. The steering wheel is, oh, it's not wood. But what a color. Oh, okay. So that's worth something. That we were gonna have to take. The third brake light on these things is incredibly rare because they just disintegrate. So I'm gonna try to grab that. So there you go. That's probably something to hold on to. I don't really think I need anything else. Unfortunately, I wish there were some more things that I would really grab my attention. This one's worth mentioning too. It's a CLK 430 with the AMG package wheels. Not really in the worst condition. It's got the cool two-tone seats, kind of gray wood and whatnot. It smells like an old Mercedes, but awesome maroon color. Man, you got a complete set of wheels too. Oh, -1. That's probably it right there. So I'll wrap it up with this one. This is again, just looks like a standard Grand Prix, but I kind of saw the front end and noticed that this is the 5.3 with an LT2, a GXP edition. This one's got some Bilstein coilovers on it. It had a V8. That is now gone, obviously. People don't let that stuff sit around. I'm sure it wasn't the engine that died. Recognizable by this front end. A little more sporty. Got the GXP badges. Little offset spoiler there, but you know, these are these cars that just, I hate saying float under the radar, but I mean, they're not amazing, but they're kind of cool. It's a truck, transversely mounted 5.3 LS in a fun little package. These things really do scoot. I mean, most are featured on high-speed pursuits that you see on cops and whatnot, but you know, this one exists and it's interesting. So yeah, that's probably gonna wrap it up for this video. So I take it back, I'm not gonna wrap it up. They just threw this up here. This is a 4.2 liter 09, 07, whatever Jaguar F-Type with some, or XF, sorry, with some crunches in it. And presumably it runs and drives, just total due to body damage. Very close to, I mean, almost pretty much the same engine as in my supercharged Range Rover, so probably some good bits there, but she is crunchy. No price, no anything, but it's sitting here. I don't know, sorry. I mean, to me, Jags are the most interesting things you're gonna find in a junkyard. No key or anything in it, but it looks like they literally just put it out here. Interior's in good condition. I don't know if it has the miles on it. 124,000 miles. So this is this is completely total due to this quarter panel being destroyed, but someone might take a shot at it. Not this guy. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that walk around. I'm glad I stuck it out until the end to find the Jag and that GXP. I think those are some of the more interesting finds of the day out there. A lot of the inventory hadn't turned over that much, but I'm gonna try to do these once a week junkyard walk around. So again, if you are enjoying this series, just let me know in the comments and I'll keep it up. Another thing, again, guys, please like, subscribe, hit that little bell for the notifications for my videos. I had a couple people mention in the comments that they weren't getting them. Then you guys gotta hit the bell. I mean, I hit most of my videos I put on instant premiere so you get a little notification, but you know, when you're doing 2 or 3 videos a week, sometimes you get lost in the mix. So that's what I got for this week. Happy Mother's Day, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thank you for watching.